Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're joining me from. This is your girl, Angela Nichole, the Billionaires Builder. And today I have an internet marketing guru. I have Alex, who is an expert on Instagram. So, Alex, thank you for joining us today. I'm so excited for this interview and to pick your brain for these nuggets to be able to share with the people on how to get their brand and their message out there through Instagram. Can you share a little bit of your bio and let the people know who you are?
Yeah, of course, of course. Thank you for having me here. It's also an honor for me to be able to provide value to people in any way possible. So, in general, my goal with marketing is always to provide more and more value to people that visit my profile, to people that visit my brand. I'm Alex from Alex Marketing. I've started Instagram marketing and my Instagram journey about 2 years ago, and since then I've grown over 200,000 followers, helped thousands of people, blah 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 blah. You know all of that. I don't want to build my credibility here. My goal here is, as I said, to bring as much value to you, to show you that you can earn money with something that a lot of people waste time, something that people use to just kill their time. You can actually earn a lot of money with it. And trust me, I know brands who earn literally 6 figures per month from Instagram. Of course, like that's a pretty long journey to get there, but, but yeah, it's absolutely possible. And for an average person, like I think anyone can in 3 to 6 months get up to 4 or 5 figures per month if they dedicate enough time for this. So that's how powerful it is. So that's why I'm here.
Awesome and amazing. I'm so grateful for you to be here because I'm one of those people that are new on getting a brand out here. So I'm excited to be able to take these nuggets and apply them as well and be a testimony to Alex Marketing as to how my brand blows up for 2024. So
Yeah, let's go for that. I'm glad if I can help out with that. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Let's see. When it comes to affiliate marketing on Instagram, what criteria do you consider when you're promoting a product or service to your followers?
Well, first criteria is like the quality of the product itself. So for me, it doesn't really matter if like it's usually something that I promote. It can be even something that's outside of my niche, but the quality. So every single product that I promote on my Instagram page, especially the products that are paid for, are products that I personally use, personally visit, personally check out, personally try out. If I don't like it, I don't promote it. Doesn't really matter what's the number behind it. For example, I had one promotion for an offer for some kind of app that was like something that brings bots to your Instagram account. And at first I was like, oh, like this sounds too good to be true. Let me check it out. And
Mhm.
it actually turned out to be too good to be true. And that's something that I didn't promote. And that's something that I also recommend to people trying to build their personal brand.
Mhm.
Your product needs to be damn good. And if you're promoting other people's products, they also need to be amazing. So you need to try them out. You need to see them for yourself. You need to use them, and then you can promote them. You can't promote just anything that's written on the internet, because anyone, as I said, can build up credibility. Anyone can write stuff, but not everyone can bring the good product that people want to use. So that's what I look for. That's the first thing. The second thing is, of course, is it something that my audience would potentially be interested in? So if people that you have in your audience are not interested in what you're going to promote, it's really like a waste of everyone's time. It's a waste of audience's time. It's a waste of your time, of a brand's time. So that's definitely the second thing that I take into consideration.
Okay, I like that. The integrity that's there. I love that. Thank you. Let's see. Can you share a specific marketing campaign or collaboration that would significantly boost someone's income on Instagram?
You mean like the affiliate product, or like something that I did for myself or for
Yes, like
clients?
something that you've done or like a strategy that you may use or
Oh,
repetitively.
okay. Well, recently, like the best strategy that I found out, and I've tried a lot of stuff, trust me, is as I like to call it, like selling with free stuff. Like it's probably the best thing that you can do now in digital marketing in general. So basically, you launch some kind of freebie that solves a specific problem in your niche,
Mhm.
and not many people mention this, but I think it's really powerful. When you give away the freebie, you don't just ask for the email or for the Instagram username, you also ask a couple of questions. One good question is, what's your biggest struggle regarding what you want to help them with? This will not only help you get clients, but will also help you with content ideas, because it can give you some idea of what people need.
Gotcha.
The second thing is the how much do they earn, because you can set up email marketing to, for example, nurture people for the low ticket products. But if they have money for the higher ticket products and services, you can personally reach out to them, offer them help based on their struggle, and
Okay.
you know that they will have money to buy what you offer because you ask them how much do they earn per month. Of course, like it's not always going to be honest, but from my experience, 80 to 90% of cases it's honest,
Okay.
and it really gives you a good qualification metric, and the people that you are reaching out to are not a waste of time. You can almost immediately get them on a call, and you probably know that they will convert simply because they are qualified for that. And
Gotcha.
then when you combine that with Instagram content where you mention, by the way, I can help you with this, and this, if you download my free ebook, which you can find in the link in bio, or comment word, and I will send you using the ManyChat or something like that. It just, everything falls into place. And your only job after you make the content is to just reach out to people who have money and who have the relevant struggles that you can fix. So that's probably like I know it sounds crazy, but I know people run ads to that kind of lead magnet, the free lead magnet, simply because it brings so many leads, long term. On the front end with ads, you're actually in the minus, but on
Hmm.
the back end, you're making a lot of money because you have the sales system. So that's something that I tell everyone.
This is so good. Thank you.
No, so
What role does authenticity play in your marketing strategy?
well, as I said, I always try to, when promoting something, I always try to genuinely promote something of high quality that also goes with my product. So my opinion is that you can't sell a bad product. Like, good marketing doesn't sell a bad product. You need to have a good offer in the first place. And then when you make the perfect offer, everything that comes after it, the marketing actually is pretty simple, because you don't need to, use some kind of distraction words to grab attention, to point them towards your offer. You can simply tell, okay, I'm giving this, and this for this price. Go and get it. You can see the value here, you can see the price here. Do I need to explain anything else? You always
Yeah.
try to over deliver. Now, that doesn't mean you should do stuff, too many stuff for free. You should always calculate, like, because especially for services, if it's taking too much of your time, it can reduce the workflow that you can make. It can reduce the number of clients that you can have. But I always like to add some kind of bonus that's pretty easy to make, to
Mhm.
customize, or you don't even need to customize. For example, checklists, ebooks, any kind of PDF, I don't know, like masterclasses, courses. Everything can be added as a bonus to whatever you're offering currently. So
Okay.
basically, you're offering one thing, but then it has 10 bonuses behind it that people are like thinking, what the hell? Like it's so many bonuses, you know?
Yeah.
And what I also like is being damn bold, you know, with your guarantees. If you believe in your offer, you should
Mhm.
state that. For example, for my AI course, I'm giving a guarantee that if you don't achieve any results in 6 months, I'm going to give you all of your money back. Plus, I'm going to do free coaching session with you to see why it didn't help you. You know,
Wow.
that's about how much. I always tell people, if you can't make that kind of guarantee, go back to the drawing board and make a better offer that you can consistently pull off.
Gotcha.
Because if you think about it, like people think if you give that kind of guarantee, everyone is going to want their money back. No, they're not going to do that. There's just not so many scammers that are going to do that. And if your offer is good, especially then, like, you know how bad my offer needs to be that you don't receive any results in 6 months. That
Right.
means that that means that I did nothing, basically, that it's worthless.
Right.
So
Keep that
yeah,
track.
yeah, exactly. And that's the offer that you shouldn't sell then. If you can give that kind of, or for example, for some of my services, I give guarantee. I will work with you until you achieve your first high ticket client. I won't stop working with you until then. So that's also good guarantee, you know. Be
Gotcha.
bold with your guarantees. Be original and really like try to show them how much you believe in your offers. I saw
Gotcha.
one ad which was for some rental company or something, real estate, actually, real estate company. And the woman in the ad says, if I don't sell your house in 6 months, I will buy it myself.
Wow.
So, yeah, and she earned like millions just because she was bold with her
That
guarantee.
is so.
And she knew it. She knew it that she could sell it in 6 months. And people were like, I have nothing to lose here. Like she'll buy it anyway. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. Let's see. In this ever evolving landscape of social media, how do you stay ahead and adapt your strategy so that you stay effective?
Well, you know, I always try to produce more content than I make. That's one thing that I do. So if you're just mindlessly scrolling on Instagram, you're already doing the wrong thing. I
Hmm.
usually only scroll on Instagram when looking for content ideas or TikTok or whatever else. And I don't overcomplicate it. I just see a cool video that I could, you know, make in my own style, copy the link, paste it in Google Doc. And I do that the whole week. I have 30 videos. At the end of the week, I open the videos and I see, okay, I can make something similar like a carousel, you know, but give more value like this and use this headline. I just sort it out and design it, or if I need to film it, I just film it. So don't overcomplicate it. Try just to be on Instagram, or on any social media, but don't waste time. Try to look for content ideas. And if you're already spending time like on that social media, why wouldn't you look for content ideas? Why waste your time looking at some, I don't know, motivational stuff or inspirational stuff and so on? That's cool, yeah, but that won't bring you to your goal if you're not, you know, looking for stuff that you need to be looking for. So
Absolutely.
yeah, I don't say you shouldn't have fun on social media. I'm absolutely for that, but
Hmm.
I seriously think people need to limit their time on social media because it can eat you up like
Yeah,
so much time. It's crazy.
I totally agree with that time consumption. If you're not careful and intentional,
Definitely.
I can absolutely see where it's gone.
Yeah, yeah, and it doesn't come back, you know. Time just
Exactly. Let's see. As you're building a strong personal brand on Instagram, what enhances your marketing effectiveness?
um definitely strong headlines. Like that's something that really makes the difference on social media nowadays. Your headlines need to disrupt your audience. Your headlines need to absolutely blow their minds so they stop
Yeah.
scrolling. Because as you know, people, when they get on social media, they will do this. It's like this. And you need to be different. You need to make something that's going to stop them scrolling. That doesn't mean that you should state something that's completely untrue. Like that's usually not a good thing for, you know, making long-term business. But be creative, and as I said, try to learn from other creators. If you don't have ideas for headlines, also research, do your research, look at the reels that performed really well. What headline did they use? What's the length of the reel? What's the audio? What's the call to action? How much information is there? You know, every little bit matters, and then when you put it all together in your own style, that's how you grow. And it's scientifically proven, like the people are more likely to interact with content that's similar to content that they've already consumed. So it's also a good idea to do research because of that. Like it's also common sense, you know. When you think about it, when you go to a save folder, a lot of stuff is pretty similar in style, you'll notice, like because you like certain kind of style. That's why people need to adapt to what's happening on social media and do their research, you know, not just mindlessly make more videos, but strategically make videos, make the quantity, but also make the quality.
Gotcha. That makes good sense. Makes good sense. Something that you may just kind of slip past you. Thanks for calling that one out. Let's see. As you leverage Instagram features like the stories, the reels, the IGTV to create the diverse effects, like do you use a strategy to, like, when you use which one of those features, or do you just mix them up? How do you go about that?
Yeah, of course. I have a strategy. So I personally post photo posts every day. So I post carousels and single posts. I post them every day. It's a schedule of Monday, Wednesday, Friday carousels, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday and Sunday are single posts. In addition to that, I'm posting Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday reels, different kinds of reels, depending on what I have on my content, you know, ready at that point, but I never miss a day of posting. And regarding stories, I usually post every 1 to 2 days. I try to let my stories expire, and I also try to make my stories really, really, really valuable and engageable. So that's what I made a mistake for the longest time. I posted a bunch of stories, but they were boring. Better post one story, but that's super engaging. That's actually going to get you views. So yeah, that's the content strategy that I follow. If I started from zero today, I would just probably go for reels. So just 2 reels per day, probably different kinds of reels until I find out what works for me, but probably 2 reels per day and just go ham with it. Honestly, for any small creator, I don't recommend starting out with photo posts. I'm already a large creator. I can sustain that. I've grown with photo posts, but it took hell of a lot of time. I know people that grew a lot faster just because they invested their time into video content. And of course, like there's a lot of reasons why you would want to grow with photo posts. But in general, if you want the fastest growth, try to find a way to make reels. Definitely. They say reels are less performing nowadays, but I don't believe in that. I have reels that are going over 5 million views or something like that. So they're bringing tens of thousands of followers. I don't believe that they are dead. Photo posts and carousels are also not dead. You can grow with that, of course. I just think from my personal experience and with experience with clients that it's a lot harder. You can start posting photo posts, but I would say after maybe 5 or 10,000 followers when you have the audience, because that audience will push that content forward. But before that, it just doesn't make sense on the time spent that you need to invest and on the results that you will get.
Gotcha. So if you are brand new to the gram, how long do you, if a person is consistent, say they're doing the 2 reels per day, how long do you think it takes for them to like get some traction out there? Or is it like, is there a fair?
Depending on how well do they do research, if they're consistent with trying out different stuff with some kind of strategy that of course makes sense. So basically, here's how I would do it. I would start, and for example, for the first week, I would post one type of reel in the morning, one type of reel in the afternoon, and I would try that for the whole week and see what happens. If I get better results, I change everything. So I try different kind of reel, and that's what I would do for 1 month. I would see what are the results from the month. Then I would keep if something worked, and I would push on that, and also keep trying different stuff. I think it's absolutely possible to get traction even in the first month if you apply it like that. If you don't just keep doing what's already not working. You always need to keep changing stuff until you find what works. When you find what works, you keep replicating it and keep, redoing the success. You don't want to, of course, change something that's already working really well. So I think it's absolutely possible in 1 month. I always say to clients, don't expect anything for 6 months, simply because, it's different for everyone. I'm just gonna say it, like, someone is more talented for content creation, someone isn't that much, and some people have the effort but need time to learn. Someone will get amazing results in 1 month, someone will get results in 6 months. That's why I say don't expect anything in 6 months. And in 99% of cases, in 6 months, you should definitely get some traction. And for example, the number of followers is really irrelevant. I have clients who have 1,000 followers but are gaining like 60 or 100,000 reels views. That's more important. That's bringing the traffic to the business. The followers are going to grow themselves if you get the traffic. The traffic is important. And I think those kinds of results are definitely possible within 6 months.
Okay. And that kind of led into the last, 2 questions. So that one I was going to ask, because I see or hear people saying that, like I don't know if it's an old strategy or not, but buy-in followers or follow for follow. What's your take on that? Is that something you should do? Or just...
With buying followers, in 90% of cases, buying followers is buying followers which are bots. Bots are not going to engage with your content, and bots are not going to buy from you. So that's definitely something that I don't recommend. Simply because it's absolutely worthless. You're wasting your money. Same goes with buying engagement, buying literally anything, not gonna grow your business. Regarding follow for follow, it's also pretty outdated. There are far better ways to build an audience. For example, what I prefer, if you're going to follow someone, at least try to find someone from your niche. Send them a DM. Send them a DM. Hey, I saw you're from my niche. I followed you. Hopefully you also like my content. Follow me back. I don't recommend sending like 100 messages per day like that, but I recommend if you follow someone, try to engage with them and to know them, because who knows, maybe you will collaborate. Maybe you will do something together. Maybe they will support you back. If you just go ahead and follow random people, firstly, those people are probably not interested in what you do, even if they follow you back. Secondly, it's it's not authentic, and thirdly, it really doesn't bring any kind of connection at the end of the day. And connections are crucial for all of that. I always say, try to find your base of like 20 people for the start. Connect with 20 people and make those 20 people engage with you, and you engage with them. And those 20 people are going to be your base, which are going to push your content, forward. But it can be harder, than said. It's harder to take off than to send, than to just say it. But of course, with effort, with that kind of approach is much better than just following random people. I don't recommend that.
Okay. Okay. There's good nuggets in that. And so do you like when you follow and engage into these people, do you like tag them or do the mentions, or is that like frowned upon or annoying or
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. It can be annoying. I know a lot of people do that to me. I honestly don't pay attention to that, yeah. But it can be annoying. It doesn't really bring anything. Like, I know
Gotcha.
hundreds of people tag me in some of their random posts. I don't pay attention to that. And it's much better. Send them a DM, send
Mhm.
them some kind of message, that's going to show them that you're human behind a keyword. It's not, don't be like, don't try to attract fast success, because even if you get fast success, it's not something that's sustainable. Always
Gotcha.
think long term, build a long term business and don't go for the one time wins. That's what I would recommend.
Awesome. I love that. The organic is it's
Yeah,
worth the time to let
yeah.
it take its own
It
growth.
Yeah, organic marketing and building a personal brand really elevates all of your other efforts. So
Yeah.
basically, like if you run ads, if you have a personal brand, everyone automatically trusts you more with your ads. If you do email marketing, again, the same thing. If you give away free stuff, again, the same thing. That's why it's worth it to play the long game. Don't expect it to be like overnight success, because usually overnight successes like don't last too long, unfortunately.
Gotcha. Okay. One last question. And so, out of all the things that we've covered, is there anything that you think that we may have missed that's super valuable for a new audience or an existing audience to expand and grow?
Well, definitely something that's absolutely underrated is looking like a professional on social media. So you can have 100,000 of followers, but if you don't have a professional looking account, it can really, not show enough information and not get you enough conversions. I always
Gotcha.
say, make a good profile picture where you're clearly visible. Make a professional looking bio which explains what you do, why trust you, what makes you unique, those kinds of questions. Make highlights that suit the the profile picture, that are in the same design. Make the
Gotcha.
content that's in similar design, make
Yeah.
everything look like one brand image. That's the
Gotcha.
thing. And then when someone looks at your profile, they won't see, oh, he has 500 followers. They will see, oh, damn, this guy is really professional. Let me DM him, see what he offers. That's the thing. And especially if you offer a lot of value,
Right.
it
Okay.
really makes the difference.
Awesomeness. Thank you so much for your time, all your insight, all your nuggets, and the tips. I'm super excited to start applying some of these tactics myself. And that leads us up to the end. I know that you are sharing a gift with the audience. Can you give them a little snippet as to what they could be expecting when they opt into that?
Yeah, of course. So it's recently I launched a free 0 to 10,000 followers growth guide. So it has absolutely everything that you need to get to 10,000 followers. So
Gotcha.
you don't need paid courses, you don't need paid ebooks. This is literally everything that you need. You need just to open it and implement it. And I honestly recommend everyone get it, see for yourself. If you think it's bad, tell me it's bad, Alex. DM me on Instagram. If you think it's good, DM me that it's good. But I've really made it so that you don't need anything else. So basically, it has all the information, everything that someone will tell you in an expensive course, you have in that ebook. And I sincerely recommend you get it and check it out and implement it above everything. Everyone can read, not everyone implements. So go and implement.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I
No
appreciate that.
problem.
And that is how I actually found you because your content was so good. It had attracted me to it. And I started saying, who is this guy? Let me check out this because I'm trying to grow my brand as well. So as I got to digging in there, I was like, oh, he's got something free. And when I looked at it, it was super professional. Everything that you just co-signed on. I'm co-signing that it is accurate to that. And I did start reading it, but I have to start applying it. So I look forward to sharing with you the results from it. So
Okay.
thank you
Okay.
once
Amazing.
again.
I'm glad to hear that. And yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me here. I hope people will find this valuable. And as I said, apply the tips. It's useless if you just have the knowledge, but you don't implement. So apply.
Absolutely. Thank you. And we're out.